I walked into my mother-in-law's living room carrying a homemade casserole, only to hear her announce loudly enough for everyone to hear clearly. "Let the real wives show us how this is done. Some people only pretend to be capable." Her eyes landed directly on me with a cruel smirk. The room fell completely silent as the other daughter-in-law, Stella, stepped forward proudly with a dish she hadn't even cooked herself. The applause for her felt obviously staged, almost rehearsed perfectly. My throat tightened while everyone stared, waiting to see how I would react. "Before we continue, kindly tell us where you're watching us from so we know we are not alone on this." "My name is Paige, I'm 28, and that was the exact moment I realized everything had become a competition I never signed up for. 2 days later I discovered my mother-in-law had created a family group chat titled, "Who Takes Better Care of Their Husband?" Every time Stella did something basic, she earned points publicly. Cooked dinner, 3 points. Ironed shirts, 5 points. Meanwhile, she posted a picture of my takeout boxes with the caption, "Some wives don't even try anymore." People laughed at the post. My husband, Ryan, had absolutely no idea what was happening behind his back. I quietly screenshotted everything and kept silent, waiting patiently to understand what she was plotting. The humiliation felt deliberate, calculated. I knew this wasn't just teasing anymore. This was sabotage disguised as family fun. My mother-in-law invited both couples to a family weekend at her house. She greeted Stella with warm hugs and expensive gifts, then looked at me and said coldly, "Paige brought nothing but her attitude, I guess." At dinner, she made us do tasks like servants competing for approval. "Stella, you carved the turkey beautifully. Paige, clean the mess afterward." Every single insult came coated in fake sweetness that fooled no one. I filmed nothing, said nothing publicly, but every word burned deep inside me. I just smiled politely and waited. The real twist came when I overheard her talking behind a half-closed bedroom door late that night. While heading upstairs to bed, I heard my mother-in-law laughing with her sister in the guest room. "Paige is too soft, she will crack under pressure. I want the whole family to see who the real wife is here. After this weekend, Ryan will know he married the wrong woman completely." My heart dropped into my stomach. It wasn't teasing or competition. It was deliberate sabotage meant to destroy my marriage. I took a careful step back, quickly recorded the last seconds of their conversation on my phone, and slipped away silently before she saw me standing there. I knew right then I needed solid proof, not just anger. The next morning, she announced a mini competition for everyone to participate in. Cooking, etiquette, hosting skills. I calmly agreed to everything without protest. During the cooking round, she accidentally hid all the spices from my station. I used fresh herbs instead, and people genuinely loved my dish. She frowned noticeably. In the etiquette round, she tried embarrassing me by asking tricky questions about formal dining. I answered each one with quiet confidence. Her irritation grew into visible panic as I refused to fail. I saw the cracks forming in her plan, and all I had to do was push just a little bit more. Victory was close. Stella finally whispered to me privately in the kitchen, "This is too much pressure. She told me I needed to outperform you or she wouldn't treat me like real family." That revelation stunned me completely. She was just another pawn in this game too. Suddenly, the competition looked less like jealousy and more like pure control. I told Stella honestly, "You don't owe her any performance. None of us do." For the very first time, she stood on my side instead of competing. We both silently agreed it was finally time to confront the truth together. The tables were about to turn dramatically at dinner tonight. At family dinner, my mother-in-law raised her wine glass high. "Let's toast to the daughter-in-law who proved she can never measure up to expectations." She looked directly at me with satisfaction. Before she could finish her sentence completely, Stella slammed her fork down hard. "Enough of this, stop using us like trophies." The entire table fell silent immediately. I calmly opened my phone without saying a word, and pressed play on the recording. The room froze completely as her own voice filled the air. Everyone leaned forward, listening intently. Her confident smile began to fade fast as she realized what was happening. Her recorded voice echoed clearly through the dining room for everyone to hear. "Paige will crack. Ryan will see he married the wrong woman." Sharp gasps filled the room. Faces turned toward her in shock. Her husband muttered angrily, "What is wrong with you?" My mother-in-law's eyes widened with complete shock and fear. She tried desperately to defend herself, stammering excuses, but the room had already shifted against her. Her power and control collapsed in seconds. Ryan stood up beside me, his face red with anger at his mother. The family stared at her with disappointment and disgust. Her perfect plan had backfired spectacularly in front of everyone. I stood up calmly and said clearly, I will no longer participate in your competitions. I am not here to perform for your approval anymore. For the first time ever, she looked genuinely afraid of losing control completely. Ryan backed me up completely, telling his mother she needed help. Stella apologized sincerely and cut ties with the manipulation immediately. My mother-in-law's face fell as the entire family slowly sided against her openly. Her power was gone. Her control was finished, and I had done it without screaming, crying, or stooping to her level. Dignity was my strongest weapon, and it had won decisively tonight. Weeks later, I focused completely on my career and home, building a calm, peaceful life with Ryan. The family now visited us directly, skipping her house entirely. No more scoreboards or competitions existed. My mother-in-law tried reaching out several times, but I kept my boundaries firm and clear. My dignity, success, and silence became the loudest revenge she never expected. She lost control. I gained peace. And that was the day the perfect wife competition exposed the woman who created it. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.